All right, we're live. Welcome, everybody. Today is the Halloween edition. Crikey. I guess you could tell who I am. I'm from up over in the northern hemisphere. I'm the hognose hunter. So let's, first things first, let's get to giving some shout outs here. Mainly, our biggest supporter out there in the reptile hobby is, of course, USARK, fighting for your right, my right to own the animals we love. Please donate. Share, give them a follow. If you see them at any expo, pick up some merch. Phil, the whole team, Vanessa, Danielle, there's a bunch of people, all kinds of people. They do a really good job, and they've been doing an amazing job fighting legislation and getting, any bad legislation that is proposed mitigated. So anyway, please support USARK. And then upcoming, we got the Reptile Super Show. And that is early January. It's Rami's show. It's really good. You should come out there. Great show for networking. And then I'll be at the Mesa show, Arizona. That's in Phoenix. It's actually technically Mesa. Well, it's inside Phoenix. That's November 22nd and 23rd. And then tomorrow night, I got a live on Palm Street. So if you want to talk hognose and bid on hognose, just talk hognose, hang out, come join the Palm Street auction. It's tomorrow starting at 8 p.m. So right now, I think we're adding to the stage. We got.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, American people. Good morning, Trap Talk. Good evening. I mean, it's such a pleasure to be here. I've never been on the network before, and frankly, I love it. The best reptile network in the world. Some say it's the best. I think it is the best. Jeff, you are the god of hognose snakes. Some say you're the Trump of hognose snakes. I don't know. Some may say that, but I say that. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate that.
Pleasure to be here tonight.
All right, and we're good. We have our main guest. He's still waiting on Dave. Dave messed up with the time zones. We got Alex, Pandas Fauna. You might know him. He's from the Southwest. Does a lot of Arizona shows, California shows. He has a menagerie of species. So, Alex.
A lot of species.
It started off. What species do you think you're the most well known for? Because when I was there, it was hard to tell. You had so many cool species. Uh-oh.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Talk louder. You are very quiet right now. Not at all. We cannot hear you one bit.
Crikey.
You're like Sleepy Joe before he has his morning medication. Get it together. We don't have time. Frankly, no one has any time for this. You're leaving me on kind of an island over here. Not just any. I mean, not that I was ever on an island. Never was on an island. I never went to the island. Never went there.
If you were on islands, what species would you be looking for?
Of age species is what I would say. Of age.
That's a good answer.
They're the only species I look for, quite frankly, but I love the Galapagos. I like to say that word, Galapagos. It's a wonderful word. They got great tortoises, big tortoises, giant tortoises on Galapagos. I love Galapagos.
What do you think about the Chinese reptile market?
Choose your words carefully.
Alex, all right, we got Alex right in time for the.
Frankly, I actually love the Chinese reptile market. Not a lot else, but definitely the market. It's growing. They like our reptiles. We are not in a trade deficit with reptiles, and I like that. I'm scared of trade deficits. They make me want to say, scary. So I'm glad about this one.
Joe asked if I'm Tom Crutchfield. Let me answer this. What do you think? I can't. Hold on. Crikey, Mike. Who do you think I am?
He's
got to practice.
He's clearly the hognose hunter. An idiot would know that. So what does that make you?
Yeah, Joseph. All right. We're still waiting on Dave. Dave is on a different time zone.
Away.
Yeah, he's a few minutes away.
Just a few minutes late. Fashionably late, they say. Fashionably late. I'm very fashionable, and I know fashion, and he's fashionably late.
That's very good. Yeah. So actually, this input actually is it's helping a lot because it's really it's Very accurate. Very accurate. Now, Alex, what species do you think you're most well known for? What's your favorite species you're working with? I don't know. It's kind of like a generalization. You have so many animals.
I don't know. I don't know what species I'm most known for, but I work with a lot of barons and rainbow boas, locality boas. I don't know. I don't know. I like working with all of them, so it kind of changes year after year, so it just really kind of depends.
If you had to say a species that has been your thing for the longest, what would it be? Or a group of species? You work with a lot of different things, but what has been your thing for the longest period of time, you think?
I like the barons a lot just because of how interactive they are. They're pretty smart. They're always out, super social. If I guess compared to most of my stuff.
Good answer. Great answer, actually.
I was had the pleasure of going down under and visiting Alex's place, and the Barons racers were really cool. Especially had these different color phases. The blue phase, he had the this really nice green and high melanistic one. It had a lot of like bright yellow, especially around its throat and sides. That was very cool. I hadn't seen that phenotype before. So yeah, the Barons racers are actually pretty cool. All the variations they have, especially I've seen at Panda's place.
Yeah,
Right,
they
right.
I don't even think that we know exactly what their potential is, just because I have a blue that's showing a lot of the melanistic traits as well right now too, as it's growing up, and then I know Palm Beach colubrids, he has a couple I believe that are showing melanistic traits too, so I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. It seems cool. So if it comes into fruition and seeing babies like that would be cool too.
When
Yeah,
you
good.
sorry, Jeff. My apologies. I like to talk. I talk a lot. This is your show.
Well, I was going to ask about the Longicata boas. You had a litter of Longicatas. Was that recent or was that a little while ago? Those are pretty cool because I seen you had yours they look more like juveniles.
Yeah, that was last year, last Daytona. So Daytona 2024. I was actually there when they were born. So my friend that was watching my reptiles called me and was like, "Hey, you have baby boas that are born?" I was like, "Oh shit, no. Well, congratulations, you get to clean up all the baby goo."
Yeah, I see you had Argentine boas too. So you have a lot of and then you had the silverbacks. Those are the oh man, what are those? The Bolivians?
Amarelli. Yeah,
Oh,
Bolivian. We haven't had any baby Bolivians, but we have a bunch of Bolivians in our group.
yeah, so you have a lot of nice locale boas. You have the Barons racers, really cool phenotypes of those. You have your tortoise collection. You have some turtles. It was a leopard tortoise clutch that you had.
Yeah, leopard tortoises. And then I'm waiting on a couple pancake eggs to see if they're good in the incubator right now. I think I have 6 in total.
Okay. And then actually, I don't know if I should refer to you as Steven, or do you prefer Steven or Donald?
I prefer Mr. President or Donald or Mr. Trump or any of the combination of all the above. Whatever you like to call me.
Mr. President. Mr. President, you
Yes.
you've done podcasts with Alex before, right?
I sure have a wonderful guest, frankly, one of the best. I love speaking to him on the Cush's Corner. What a great show. Frankly, it's one of the best. But yes, I had him on the podcast. I've been to his place. Wonderful guy, wonderful collection, frankly. Couldn't recommend him more. What a guy.
Okay, so yeah, I actually was at his place recently too. I was pretty impressed with all the variation of various species that he works with. He has a little bit of everything, so it was a lot of fun. Yeah, and he has some you have your tortoise set up outside. Looked really good. He had a Burmese mountain tortoise. Are you going to be doing any shows coming up, Alex? Or are you doing the one in Mesa?
You're muted once again.
You're muted again, man.
Unmute yourself immediately. You gotta unmute yourself right now. Do it, or I will keep talking, and we don't want that. I want that. Some may not want that.
Okay, can you hear that?
Yes.
We're good now.
Sorry, just blame Dave. Yeah, I'll be doing Mesa. I just have one booth, so it's just going to be me and whatever I guess I have left that doesn't sell on Morph Market or locally. And then I'll do January Super Show. I don't really ever miss the Super Shows, and I try not to miss either a Tinley or a Daytona.
Okay, so you go to Daytona too. I didn't really. I've used to been Daytona. I went the last two, this current one and the last one, just to hang out though. A lot of actually Daytona has been pretty cool to see the just different vendors as far as what they have. I'd say that's probably one of the more diverse expos I've been to. Actually, I see a little sometimes more diversity there than at Tinley, such as like the albino blue tongues. A lot of cool lizard species.
Yeah, it has like more of like an old school reptile show feel to it, which is always pretty nice. And yeah, I agree. There's a lot more variety and a lot. I guess I don't know. It's a totally different vibe. Maybe that's just because it's on the beach and everybody is super down to chill and hang out. It's more about, I guess, hanging out rather than selling reptiles.
Yeah, I'd say Daytona is better for shopping. If you were going to shop at one of them, I'd say Daytona is pretty good for shopping. Tinley is too, but I'd say Daytona, man, as like a pretty good show for shopping.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially if you got the cash, man. Oh.
All right, Mr. President. Oh, go ahead.
No, I agree. I love Daytona. Frankly, I love Florida. It's a great show. A lot of amazing animals, and I love seeing all the tortoises and the lizards. You don't see at other shows because you don't see a lot of breeders up north producing a lot of these species, and I think it's wonderful, frankly.
I think it's wonderful too. Now, Alex, is there any animals that you're like new projects that you have underway that nobody knows about, or like ones that you're excited for?
I don't know. It's hard to think. Just, I mean, I have a bunch of green trees that I'm pairing, and Australian olive pythons.
Ooh, Australian.
Australian. And then a couple of boas. That's pretty much it. Maybe a Barons racer or two, a couple colubrids when the time comes. But
what are the boas you have to pair up this year?
So I'm gonna do Argentines again, and then I have another Guyanan pairing going on. So it's a Parsons to Parsons. Then I might have a couple of pure Sonoran boas, and that's pretty much it for right now.
Very nice.
Now the Argentines, you don't see those being produced too much anymore. Actually, I talked to you about that because I remember when you used to see them relatively cheap, and that's kind of even like there's a lot of stuff, and Steven, you've seen that too, like Bismarck or Mr. President, Bismarck ring pythons for like $150 each, like 10, 15 years ago. Argentine boas, but now that I don't know where they're originally coming from when they were really cheap. I think they were imports. I don't know where they were farm raised. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool to see that. Hey, now it's just the only source for them captive born, and the prices reflected that too, because you can't really find an Argentine boa for like under $750. I don't think it's pretty hard,
which is crazy. super interesting to think of. I mean, I don't know. I think they always kind of go up and down in price. That moment when Argentine boas were like $800 to $900 a piece was pretty interesting. Sorry, there's lots of people in costumes everywhere, and there's a group of women, but they're all dressed as old grannies walking around like the.
And where are you at right now? Where are you waiting for Dave at? Where does Dave have this meetup point?
I don't know, dude. In some back alley.
Really?
He told me he had candy here, so I came, and there's no candy and there's no Dave either, which is crazy. No, they have a little Airbnb, so I've just been sitting out here waiting for him.
Okay.
I was trying to be punctual,
Yeah. Normally, we try. I was messaging Dave and I gave him the links early, and he did ask, but I didn't see the message. He goes, it's 9 p.m. in 2 hours, right? And it's always 9 p.m. for Eastern Standard. But I guess Dave just assumed, Arizona is at the same time zone as the rest of the Pacific time zone, which he's incorrect. So anyhow, we'll see if he's able to get here anytime soon. Either way, doesn't matter. We'll see. And Oh, what was I going to ask? I was going to ask about something again with the Argentine boas. Can't remember. Mr. President, do you have any input at the moment?
You know, I really love boa localities and locality related species. I've never really dove into them too far, but I love seeing people like Alex working with them and really proliferating them in the hobby. Frankly, I find them more interesting than a lot of the morphs, and that's not to crap on the morphs, but I like a lot of the intricate details and differences in the localities of Central and South American boas. They are wonderful snakes, truly beautiful.
Well said. Yeah, the locality stuff is, I think, definitely something that's like, always been kind of popular, but sometimes the morphs get kind of clouds everybody's vision, and people go after mutations and projects, which makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of interesting things to be done there, and you can make morph combinations that nobody knows what they're gonna, look like. You can make some very pretty and very unusual, unique individuals, but sometimes the locale stuff gets put in the wayside, and you don't see it that much. And so it's kind of like kind of more of a niche popularity now. But now it's like definitely with the boa people, I see it. I'm not real big into boas, but I'm aware of them, and I really like them. I like Argentines. I like the Surinams. I like all the boa constrictor locales. Anyway, but it's nice to see that people are still breeding them,
right?
And
like one thing, for instance, with the Hog Island boas, they bred in the hypos to try to make them different. I don't know why, and frankly, I think if you do a hypo Hog Island, you take away the black flecks. That's the best part of the snake, and then they became very rare to find pure ones. And I think that's the opposite of what we should be doing. Make the Hog Islands, keep them pure, keep the localities pure so people can actually work with them and not have to get hybrids or not even know they're getting hybrids and they think that they're getting pures. I think that's a big problem. But welcome back. Put your phone sideways. Be a professional.
That didn't work. Just put it long.
You have the rotation lock on.
I have the rotation lock. No, I don't. Wait, yes, I do.
That might be your problem.
That's what I was going to ask. I was like, what is Dave's out there for an expo and he's herping?
You got your headphones on? There you go. Yeah, I do have my headphones on. Oh, this is true.
And Alex, you herp too. So are you going to be herping with Dave, or are you? I know you herp sometimes. How often are you herping out there in Arizona?
The last couple years I haven't herped as much as I used to. But I mean, I try to get out there at least, I don't know, a couple times a month. It just really depends on my schedule. But I mainly herp more southern Arizona. I don't really come out here to Phoenix and go herping.
I gotcha.
But no, they're crazy, man. They're out here trying to go find reptiles. I just had 2 nails in my foot, so I'm not trying to go too crazy.
I see. When you do herp southern Arizona, what species are you targeting different species, or are you just hoping to find whatever?
It just kind of depends on the time of year, and I guess who's in town or the conditions. I really like to find Arizona mountain king snakes, patch nose. I mean, any crow is pretty cool too to find, but yeah, it just kind of depends on the season. But yeah, pyro are my favorite, I guess.
Pyros are your favorite?
Yeah.
How many pyros are they? Pretty easy to find, or you think they're a more difficult find?
It depends on who you ask. I think they're probably easier to find when you know the habitat. Jesus.
Are you a nun? You look like that evil nun. Are you from that nun movie?
I can't hear you guys talk because I don't have headphones.
Well, if here.
You gotta do something, Panda. We need Dave on the show. We need Dave. Sting Dave, they call him.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, you're pretty good.
I hear you.
Okay. All
Dave,
right.
Dave, are you that evil nun from the nun movie?
No, I'm a stingray.
Oh, yeah, of course you are. Yeah, look at this.
Did you make that?
Yeah, I sewed it on the ride.
You sewed that?
Ooh, yes. Yeah.
We caught one of you in Daytona. Remember that?
Yeah, that was nice, wasn't it? It was a good
Yeah,
time.
you actually got barbed a little bit.
Well, just a little bit of my thumb, but it got better.
Okay, very good.
That's all that matters is you got better.
All right, Dave.
Oh.
You have you been herping yet?
I just got here, man. I've been in the car for like 24 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we like literally just pulled up. Well, we got here for setup, so no, I haven't done shit. I'm hopefully gonna do something tomorrow, but I don't know.
Well, of course you'd be a stingray. You tried killing the podcast by not fucking showing up.
Well, you know what it was, man? Time zones. I don't know time zones.
Just look it up. Don't ask me when I'm not responding and I'm busy. Just Google search it like a normal person.
Dude, you're lucky me and Steven were talking before this because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm chilling. He's like, yeah, this is coming on so fast. I'm like, what do you mean so fast? He's like,
Came up fast.
yeah, 6. I'm like, 6? He's like, yeah, in 20 minutes. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, good. Right. Yeah, because that is the
No
disparity between the East Coast and the West Coast is pretty great.
Tough.
Yeah, 3 hours. So
Well, I thought it was 2 hours. I thought it was 2 hours.
I just work for a dude.
It
don't
would
even
be next
care.
week,
I
but
have
not
to-
right now.
I just exist.
So what are we talking about?
we were talking about boa locales actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
look at
Alex
that.
actually had he had their juveniles of last year. He was explaining the longicatas, which were really cool. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
seeing those in
What are we
person.
allowed to tell?
Yeah.
Argentine boas, which that's actually of all the boa constrictors, Argentines are probably my favorite. I like that really heavy, dark, modeled, busy pattern. I like
Yeah.
their size. I like when they open up their mouths and they hiss through their glottis as a defense mechanism. Like they're more likely to do that than the other boa constrictors. It seems like you get a lot of those ones that do that open gate mouth hissing, and I think those are really cool. So I was pretty excited to see Alex had those, and he had babies. I thought that was pretty sweet. So as we've been talking about, Dave, one of your fortes, boa constrictors.
Yeah, no, I've always liked the Max Pink Argentine stuff. I was going through like an old Reptile magazine recently, like an old issue from like the late 90s. And there were like some of the nicest Max Pinks in the back. And remember back in the day when breeders only had like one project and they'd put a picture of that one project on their like advertisement? This dude
Yes.
had these great Max Pinks. Whatever your kitty paws do. Where's your ears?
Well,
He decided to be lame.
yeah, and then then I was gonna be my frog, but I forgot it in my
Ruined
car
all.
waiting for you.
This car out there right there now?
Yeah.
Your car? You let me from?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Go
But
get
then I
the
was
frog.
just-
Go get the frog right now.
I was gonna put on my fake titties, so then I'd be the Lake Titicaca frog.
You
but-
said that. You said that. Not too late.
Nah.
Oh.
Shit. Don't you
The
feel
lake-
foolish looking like that? Was
Yeah.
I supposed to looking like this?
No,
You really dropped
Yeah.
the ball.
no,
Do I,
don't.
do I look like a ghost or a stingray?
You look really.
That's be like really bad.
I don't know.
You look wonderful.
You-
frankly.
You look more like a stingray. Like at first I thought you were the evil nun.
Yeah, I drew little gills on there.
Yeah, I see him now. At first you couldn't see him. I thought you were from that nun movie.
No, this was.
But now
this took
you
me
look like a
hours, buddy.
stingray.
Hours.
Why'd you do the beard? You should have just done one little tiny mouth with a smiley on it.
Like in the hole?
Yeah.
Well, that was the plan. Look at one little mouth. Wait,
You look like a fucking serial killer.
Like a wish John Wayne Gacy.
little Gacy, from the deep sea. Deep sea Gacy.
Somebody says you look like a friendly spirit haunting Panda.
Oh, respect. Yeah, nice.
My just my feelings.
Oh, I got heartburn.
I had heartburn from all the anxiety waiting. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, it wasn't a great start because I showed up like 4 minutes before, and then like Dave, and then when I got messages back from Dave regarding like, isn't it in 1 hour? I'm like, oh shit, and that didn't help.
No, well, I was like 10 minutes away. I mean, at
Yeah,
least you had another guest on. Otherwise, you would have to talk by yourself for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, it would be fine. Yeah, like I should because even Steve was pretty like it's like calm. It's like it doesn't really matter. It takes usually about 10, 20 minutes for people to even get in here anyway. So,
Who's Steven?
I've never heard of this, Steven.
Mr. President, yeah, Steven wasn't able to show up, but he's in the background if you ever need him helping because he does have a segment. You would like him, Mr. President. He's like the scrub python guy. He's the Trump of scrub pythons. the best?
Sounds wonderful. Frankly, scrub pythons are some of the best reptiles, maybe the best in the entire world. So I'll have to check this Steven guy out. Sounds
You'll
great.
have to check them out. What's the best scrub python locale or subspecies? How many subspecies are there? Is there like 6 or 7?
So current taxonomy has 5 species of scrub pythons, 4 of which we can access in the hobby because the other is Australian, and there are none left in the private sector, unfortunately. No one had success and they all died. Very sad. But you have the Halmahera scrub python, Somalia tracia. We have the Tanimbar, Somalia nota. I love saying nota. And then Calastolepis, the Malucan scrubs, Amethystinas, all of the rest, the Barnecks, the southern types, the northern types, all of the good ones like that. The Arus, the Keys. You got them all in Amethystina. So we got 5. Probably more, but 5 for the time being. A lot of different localities. 4 in captivity in the States.
Are the Halmaharas hard to breed?
Maybe for you.
Yeah, you little bitch.
Historically, they have given people troubles, but they have been produced a handful of times over the last 5 years or so. I believe this Steven character has done it a couple of times now. Great guy. But they have been getting easier as better animals have come in. Small animals imported. The big wild caughts to not do so good with breeding, not at all. Especially not the females.
That's unfortunate. But thank you for that information.
You're welcome. My pleasure. I love talking about scrub pythons. They're the best. I love them.
Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and make it official. Steve wins. Like, yeah. Congratulations, buddy.
The
I don't
president.
know what you're
wins.
talking about. I always win. I'm the president.
Can we pay attention to the really nice makeup detail, though?
Oh, it's
What
great.
makeup? I'm not wearing makeup at all.
I'm wearing makeup.
You are wearing great makeup. You're a wonderful stingray.
Yeah, the
Very
president doesn't
attractive
like those
thing,
allegations about the makeup. That's just his natural skin tone.
Of course, you can see, of course, my neck and my eyes are the same color. That's all the same color. I have very healthy skin, lots of keratin. I drink carrot smoothies on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times. Bobby said, drink the carrot smoothies, Donald, drink the carrot smoothies. And frankly, that's why I'm so intelligent and so smart, so sharp for being older than Sleepy Joe, and he can barely string together a sentence. How sad, how pathetic.
I heard he's dead.
What?
I heard he's dead. You sure he's
He
still
could
alive?
be. Maybe he's been dead for 2 years. I don't think I debated a robot on that stage. I said, who is this?
A
This guy
lizard
has no
man.
idea what he's talking about. He doesn't even know he's here, frankly. He's not even here. What a shame.
So, Junior, the guys that I'm out here with this weekend watched your Palm Street, and they said it was super entertaining. They stuck around for 2.5 hours, and they bought some shit.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm doing a Palm Street tomorrow, actually. It starts at 8 p.m. tomorrow. So, yeah, I got back from the expo from in Portland Tuesday morning, and I had to do an export and a bunch of shipments Wednesday. And I'm like, yeah, this is impossible to do the Palm Street on Wednesday. I wanted to do a Halloween special kind of thing. And I was like, you know what? I was like, who the fuck cares if it's actually before or around Halloween? Still going to be around it, but I'm doing it tomorrow, November 1st. You know, plus everybody will be done with their holidays things and they'll be resting. So, yeah, it'll just be me talking hognose and then harassing people in the comments. And basically my thing is with the Palm Street, I tell people I'll go for pretty much as long as I possibly can. I mean, it'll go for 24 hours unless stuff starts. Like my out is as soon as something gets bid up to a stupid ass low price, I'm like, that's it, I'm out. As soon as something sells for like, I even tell them, I'm like the one who's going, I was like, if it doesn't go for a little more, I'm like, I'm fucking leaving. And so then we got a little more, just got enough, and I hung around. The last one lasted I think 4 hours. So hopefully this time I do like 6 or 8 hours. We'll see how long it can be.
Yeah, I think my buddy bought like a Swiss chocolate Xanthic, maybe?
Oh, no, it'd just be a regular Swiss, and he may have bought a double het Xanthic Swiss. I think, is he from Indiana?
Yeah, he's the Indiana guy.
Yeah, he bought a Swiss male, and I think they got a double-head Axanthic Swiss and maybe something else. Yeah, they bought some pretty cool stuff.
That's cool. That's cool.
I love chocolate.
Yeah, yeah. I like.
You would like the
chocolate too.
Swiss chocolate hognose then. You would like them a lot. They are the color of chocolate.
Oh, delicious.
Didn't you just recently hatch out like a very unique Swiss chocolate combo, like a toxic Swiss chocolate something?
Yep. Yeah, I hatched out Toxic Swiss, and it's funny too because it kind of gives you like a little insight on how much people pay attention. Because like I posted a Toxic Swiss last year, one like the very first one, and so this year, it's been probably about a year since I even posted, because I think I posted it and talked about it and reshared it maybe, a month after the initial like time I posted a year ago. So around that time, like I only posted a few, and I just posted one that's hatching out this season, and a lot of people are like telling me congrats. Which is like, that's open to interpretation. But it seemed like some people thought maybe it was a world's first. And I'm like, man, I hatched one of these last year and I posted. Actually, I hatched out a couple.
Well, I take it back then. Go fuck yourself, buddy.
No,
Nice.
so it's a nice combo. Fuck you, son. Fuck you, Stingray. Fuck you. No, it's still a really good. No, it's a very good. Yeah, it's a triple recessive. There's not many of them. Actually, I'm the only person with them still. And I actually just hatched out some Snow Swiss, high red lineage ones. So they have like purple line extreme reds. And so they're these really high pink Snow Swiss. And you'd like them, Mr. Trump. You'd like these because these are high-end, exclusive morph combinations I'm talking about here with the Swiss.
Well, not really. Apparently, they were made last year.
Yeah, I'm still the only person with them. That's exclusive.
Did you post a shitty picture last year where you only see the head also, or did you put the full body?
Full
it's
body.
Not exclusive anymore.
Full body? Yeah, I'd love to see that full body, man. Yeah,
it's still exclusive. I've yet to sell any. I've sold hets where people can make them, and then I have.
Where's it at? No, I don't want to see it. I don't know.
They just hatch. They're a nice stack of babies. I'd have to look.
All right. Was that on your hand?
It's Komodo dragon.
Okay, that's close. I'll count that.
I don't have a little crocodile. I thought I had a little alligator. This is actually crystals.
Sure, looks good. I like the shirt.
Thank you. It's an XL because they didn't have mediums or large.
That's what you got to do sometimes, buddy.
Yeah.
I wear a medium as well, and frankly, I know how big an XL is on you, so I know your pain. I'm very, very slender in great shape, some may say.
Mr. President, you said you wore a medium?
I wear a medium on a good day before the first McDonald's, but
you are quite a bit larger than me, Mr. President. I'm surprised, and I don't know if I believe those allegations that you wear a medium.
You're welcome to come to the White House and check out my all the shirts will say medium because I frankly am in wonderful shape. I'm 6'3" and 215 pounds, the same as Muhammad Ali when he was winning the championship, and I am in wonderful shape, frankly. I wear a medium.
All right, those would be flexible mediums then.
Yeah, so
they just changed the tags.
Yeah, it sounds like a midriff. Is that a midriff for you being a medium?
Not at all.
Hey, Steve, I gotta ask you a question. Would you ever pierce your belly button with me?
He already did.
You already did it, bud?
Some say I've done it. I don't know if I've done it. But there are rumors that I have done it.
Okay. Because I was thinking about maybe at Daytona doing something nice, like maybe sign for like US Arc, like get a little custom piece of jewelry.
Wow.
And then maybe auction it off if nobody wants it.
I might have to get one of those.
That's the most Daytona thing I've ever heard.
William says you guys have room for one more. Do you want to send him a link? Only, William, if you don't have those.
Wait, I got a phone right here.
You do have a phone.
I can get my thumb on this. Well, fuck,
if you don't have those goddamn AirPods, then yes. If you have those AirPods, don't even
buy that AirPod shit to himself.
Take off the AirPods, William. We don't need the AirPods. Take them off. Off.
Hold on.
Stingray's getting
Oh, look at this. Like, I use super glue. I got like fucking shit glued to my hand.
Ethan, you joined at a good time. The first 10 minutes, we were kind of like off to a start because we were worried about Dave showing up.
It was perfect.
It still worked out.
The first 10 were actually great minutes. They were wonderful minutes, frankly. I think
they're very good minutes.
Oh, it looks better if I stretch out like this.
Wait, add him.
You look wonderful.
That's all I know how to do, man. I've gone far enough. That's my job.
I love seeing you stretched out. It's a great look on you.
We have to see the comments.
I feel like I can do this because that's
I think she
Every time you
wants to
guys
go
talk and I'm
Australian
just standing here,
accent
I just see
constantly.
this bronzer and your fucking scary ass face.
Looks good. You look great. Man, love to see you in a medium shirt sometime.
I'm in
Yeah.
a medium right now. This is a medium.
I need to get an Australian medium.
We'll get you one next year, buddy.
All right.
Is William here yet?
No.
We're waiting for William as we speak. He's not here yet. I don't know why. We sent the link.
Yeah. He said he was too busy for this, so what the fuck?
How are you
What's
too busy
happening
for
tomorrow?
us? What are you doing that's better than being here on a Friday evening? What's better?
Handing out children's candy? Did I say that right?
I was.
Well, I sent him the link. He's ignoring, man. Are you watching, Will? Get the fuck on it.
He's probably getting ready. We got
Herp
Hector
in your
says,
mouth, boys ain't.
Oh, yeah, that's our...
Out of William.
Yeah, you know about that herps in your mouth. You
Herp
got
in
that...
my mouth.
Is he the one with the t-shirt?
yeah, that's Hector. He's
Thanks,
yeah.
Hector. That was great. You ever
Well,
see
it's
that?
a good name for a reptile podcast. Herps in your mouth.
It's a great name, frankly. I love the name.
Is that the winning name, man? I think that's the name, right?
Yeah, we could do that one.
You want to do herps in your mouth?
What about in your ear? Because you're listening.
Well,
Herps in our orifices.
From your mouth to the ear.
That sounds
everywhere.
worse, Panda.
Herp
That makes it even more. There's even more of an innuendo.
yeah, that's really implied. No, I think herps in your mouth is good. It rolls right off the tongue.
All right.
Quite literally.
What should our logo look like?
We can have my girlfriend make it. It's fine.
Ooh,
We'll do
I like that.
She'll love that.
Renee
she's
does
in-
great art, frankly. She would make some great art in your mouth.
Yeah, but you have to go up to her in that costume.
I'll go talk to her. I'm not washing my face tonight. Oh shit! So what were we gonna talk about? Show etiquette or something?
Yeah, we can talk about show etiquette. Show etiquette. The one thing, everybody goes to a show and, everybody has different animals and people have different quarantine protocols. But the one thing is, it's like colubrids. There's a lot of cryptosporidium, in certain species, actually pretty much any colubrid that I'm aware of that's commonly kept in captivity can contract it. So my big thing is limiting people holding animals or having them wear gloves. And I usually kind of, I definitely interrogate them lightly or ask them questions prior to handling if they've been handling anything else, and try to see if trying to get that to catch on more. And I have been seeing more and more people having people wear gloves while handling animals or limiting handling animals. Now there's certain species like ball pythons, they're susceptible, let's say like nidovirus, but it doesn't seem to be as big of a concern with maybe transmitting it at shows, and if people are using hand sanitizer or washing their hands and arms, but still there's always that risk. So, a lot of new people coming into the community don't know these things, and so they have to be educated, but it is unfortunate because it kind of takes away a bit of the fun because people do want to hold animals. So that's part of the one show etiquette is I see people, maybe not practicing the best quarantine procedures, and then also let's see other issues I see at shows, maybe warning people before they leave the show, especially. I mean, that's one that I see signs at certain shows. I think they have them up Pomona now in Anaheim to make sure not to leave your animals in the sun or leave them in the car, keep them covered and shaded while you're moving them to your car, etc.
You want to hear something about lack of core strength? It is so hard to hold your arms up this long. It's only been a couple minutes, man, but I'm on fucking fire right now.
You're doing one.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
by
good
the way,
exercise.
I know why Will's late, but I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when you do the rubber glove thing, do people then take it and let it walk all over their arms, or they put it on their face or their head to defeat the purpose?
Yeah, sometimes you definitely got to tell. I definitely tell people hey, make sure it doesn't touch your clothing or arms, and and if it does or anything like that, generally I mark the animal and it doesn't go back into my main collection. It goes into my main collection, but in a particular rack where it's just show snakes. I mean, contracting something via that way is insanely unlikely.
These reptile shows are pretty dirty.
They are. Yeah, it depends on what animal they're holding. There are certain people I'll ask them what they held. It depends on what they held. If they're holding like, oh, I held a corn snake and a hognose, or if in particular they tell me that they held a hognose from a certain breeder or person, some of those people I tell them like, hell no, you can't handle any of my stuff.
Yeah.
I get that, man. I'm very reluctant now. Like, I don't like the quarantine process, but I love doing shows. So, like, a lot of times I'm not doing any handling. The only handling I'm doing is when they've already, like, committed to the idea of having the animal.
Yeah.
And that's, like, the last little thing before the sell. I might lose a couple customers before it, but honestly, it's not worth the stress that I put on myself and the animals.
Yeah. All right.
Is Will here?
Lisa, no. She says, did you guys hear about the new virus they're calling snake polio? Symptoms look Nero. I have not heard about that one. I know there's that one hognose actually contracted arena virus in Poland, but I don't think that's over here in the U.S., thankfully.
Is it polio from Poland?
No, I don't know if it came from that. That may have. That very well may have. I'm not sure.
Okay.
We will create a vaccine. I will call it Operation Warp Speed 2.0.
Oh my
Snake version. We will cure snake polio before it starts. I did it once before with COVID. I nipped that one in the bud. Obviously, I did a wonderful job with that, and I will do it once again for snake polio. You're welcome, America.
You think they should try ivermectin on their snakes then that have it?
Frankly, it could work. It could not work. I got to ask Bobby about that. Bobby loves ivermectin. Maybe pour raw milk on your snake and it'll get better right away.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
You know, people take us seriously, Iron Man. What are you doing?
I'm very serious. Frankly, also, if you circumcise your snake, they will get snake polio.
And autism.
Do not give it Tylenol. Only good can happen if you do not use Tylenol.
What is happening?
Wait a minute, man. That's not a kitty cat. What the?
I think William is
shit.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking the Ring, Grudge.
More like Ozzy Osdead.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, not
Too soon, dude. Too soon.
not too
Do
soon.
you know the community we are in?
I am the
So, Will, are you like, fuck, Dave Kaufman? Is that Dave Kaufman?
Ah, yeah.
rattle on, rattle on.
Yep.
You're missing the cigarette smoke, dude.
All right. Well, Will's really bringing a lot to the table.
What is happening?
Woo!
Where are those kitty cat ears, motherfucker?
I forgot to grab it. I didn't know if I was going to be on this or not.
You know,
So
it's not too late to put your frog now. It's right, doesn't it? I can handle this until you come back. You don't have to. You think about it. We'll be here for a minute.
But I don't have my tits, dude. So then I'm
We
just a
need your
frog.
tits. We need the tits right now. We need the tits.
Just sit here like this.
Are those Lake
start.
Titicaca frogs? Are those the ones that have they're like very aquatic and they sit at the bottom of the lake and they have that real wrinkly skin?
Oh, I
Correct. Yeah,
Those are cool.
they're really cool. I like those a lot.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite frogs. It'd be great if they had those in captivity, but I know they're only like in one lake left in South America. Is it in Chile?
I'm not sure. Probably.
All right, we're getting some feedback, and
Who's
it seems
echoing?
like Will is the new person here, and it
Probably
wasn't a
the culprit.
problem.
Oh, we got that echo now? Get the fuck out of here, Will. You're uninvited.
hang on. I got some-
Oh, you had his earpods.
Yeah, the
in.
AirPods. We told you not to do the AirPods. I said you can come on as long as you don't have fucking AirPods.
You are deported. ICE is outside your house.
There
right
we
now.
go.
Get ready. You're gone. You're gone.
There we go. Is that better or is it echoing still?
That
No, it's
seems
good.
better.
Testing.
Seems better.
Echoing.
We sound awfully skeptical about this.
Well, I just recall somebody buying you a gift microphone, and you're like, all right, we'll have this for the next one.
Oh, I never got it.
What?
I remember, yeah, it was Scott or something said he was buying it, but I don't think I ever got it.
What the
He
fuck,
never
Scott?
gave it to me.
Yeah, by the way, Scott, if you're out there, stop buying me things. I moved and you sent it to the wrong address.
I've never promised anything that I haven't come through on. What a sad thing that person did.
Man.
Your face looks like Bruce Steel, dude.
Which one?
I look very handsome is what I look like.
You're great.
It's a normal face. It's actually a great face.
Is that a Hitler mustache? Oh, it's just when you hold your face like that. I couldn't see the
No.
thin edge.
No, it's a full one. I don't think he would do. I don't think Mr. Trump would go that far.
No,
I don't like Hitler. Bad guy. He's a really bad guy. Frankly, one of the worst. Not good. I don't like him, actually. Some people say I like him, but I don't like him.
Top 3.
So if you were going to compare a reptile to Hitler, what species would it be? Oh, I got it.
Trimerosaurus insularis. I hate them so much. They're the most overrated reptile in the entire world, frankly, and I don't like them. And bad people like them, frankly.
What species?
Trimerosaurus insularis, primarily the blue ones. They are criminally overrated. I don't think they're good at all.
Do they kill other reptiles that start with the letter J?
I need to check with my people on that one. Who would that be? What do you think? What do you think, Mr. Stingray? Who's the Hitler of the reptile world, Mr. Stingray? Who do you think?
Cane toads?
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Very good. Some may say the Burmese python could be the very worst.
I was thinking of an invasive. I was trying to think, but there's so many invasives. Which one's the most? Burmese are definitely the biggest target as far as complaints, but it's because it's a big snake species. I'd say maybe the cane toad's a pretty good pick.
It's a good one. Could have said it better myself. It was a good one.
What about you, Junior? Will? Alex?
Oh,
Sick.
trying to think, man.
We talking
You
about
can see my
nature, or we
gills
talking
better.
about in the hobby? Which one are we referring to? Are we going?
You
both?
said any reptile. I was thinking of
Okay.
I was thinking of.
Are we talking about the people behind the reptiles? Or are we talking about the actual reptiles?
Holy shit, buddy. We don't do that on this
Yo,
podcast.
you're getting dark too
Yeah,
I would
fast,
say
dude.
Samson.
You've been here for like 2 minutes.
Sorry, I didn't know how deep we were getting about this.
We're only 47 minutes in, dude. I feel like that's at the 2-hour mark.
For Will? Get the fuck out of here, Will. It's been 2
I'm
hours.
sorry, I'm ruining this. I apologize. This is my second time doing this to you guys.
No, I'm glad you made it. I'm pissed off about the headphone thing still, man. When are you going to learn?
I don't know. Never, apparently.
That's fine. So what reptile would you guys consider the Jewish one?
Oh, actually,
I'm
I'd
trying
say
to
probably.
can't answer this.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Burmese pythons.
Yeah.
Smells like that. Jewish reptiles.
Oh, I would say pythons as a whole.
A long-nosed viper.
I'd say
long-nosed
any-
viper.
All right. Done.
Anything with the long proboscis.
Ooh,
Uh,
I'm going to go rhino. They're not very Jewish.
Is Captain Spaulding asking some big brain questions?
Uh-oh. Big brain questions aren't.
Okay, lay it out. We can do big brain.
Somebody said ball pythons.
The Jews of the hobby?
the Hitlers or the
Wrong.
No, the Hitler. We already covered Hitler's, buddy. Come on.
Okay, sorry. Just
You're past that now.
Sounds like a debate. We're just more spitballing over these mildly offensive, well, depending who's interpreting it, to mildly to really offensive analogies. But this is all just jokes. So, yeah.
Don't take it serious.
Yeah, don't take this too seriously. Don't take this too seriously, people listening.
So, Alex,
All
what do you think the Asian reptile is? That's easy.
Asian water monitor. Well, I'll let Alex answer.
Too easy.
There's so many.
Oh,
I was gonna say the vine snake.
vine snake? Okay, I like that.
Okay.
Chinese water dragon. I don't know.
What was that, Trump? Sorry.
I just said it was a good one. I like his answer to that. It's a very
Mata
Asian
mata.
reptile. Mata. I like saying that one. Mata. It's a good word.
People.
Oh, what's the big brain question?
The ones we're asking.
Oh,
The ones we're yeah.
oh,
Type shit.
okay.
Spookiest reptile. What's the
Oh,
spookiest?
good question.
Spooky.
Bismarck ring python.
Very spooky.
Why did Bismarck drink python? I don't know. Maybe like a mamba.
That's not really spooky. That's like the Brad Pitt, in my opinion.
All right.
Thinking about it? Man. All right, what are we at? Spooky reptiles right now?
Reptile. Europalad is fantastic because they look like a little demon. Very spooky.
Okay, I like that. I like that. We could do better.
And you do better, Mr. Stingray.
Well, Junior.
Spookiest? I already said Mamba.
Oh, I don't think Mambas are spooky.
They're really fast and they can kill you. What about King Cobra?
A smooth-fronted caiman, they're demons. Their demon caiman.
Oh, should we get back to etiquette?
Etiquette? I don't know. It depends. I don't know if we're feeling it. We basically just go with the flow and whatever sticks. The reptile show etiquette, it's about, okay, how do you have a good reptile show? How people should interact with you, or kind of questions you should ask at a reptile show. You definitely want to look out for people that are flippers. Not all flippers are bad. That's one thing. I think that kind of anytime anybody says flipper, there's a negative connotation. There's reptile shops, there's resellers, and there's ones that try their best and they have pretty good reputation. They try to buy from the best people that can supply them with the species they're looking for. It doesn't necessarily mean all flippers are, generally bad. Finding somebody with a longer history of, breeding, or if you are reselling, somebody that has a long track record is always going to be better. But, you don't want to just avoid buying from anybody that's new just simply because they are new. Oh,
It's still great.
is that what you're going to wear with the fake boobs?
Got a frog in your throat? Huh?
Oh, is that a frog? Oh,
What a handsome frog.
Is that a frog in your throat, or are you just happy to be on the podcast?
Is that a male size, or is that the female? I don't know.
Probe me.
Hey, Junior, what do you call that circle on the side of a frog's face?
It's ear?
Nah, that's there too.
On the side of a frog's face, that circle. Like you mean
Hey, like bullfrogs. I think the females have a smaller circle and the males have a
that's their
larger.
ear. It's their eardrum. That's their eardrum. Yeah, I can't. Sometimes I get it confused. I think the females, they are smaller eardrums, and the males are bigger.
Okay. So should we tell spooky reptile stories, horror stories of the hobby?
We could tell some ghost stories, some spooky stories in the reptile hobby. I don't know. I haven't thought of any. That's kind of like right in the. Did you have any right off the rip, Dave?
No, nothing.
All right, Mr. President, do you have anything? Alex?
I was not briefed on this topic. I need to consult my team.
Spooky story. I got some fucking spooky stories for you. I don't know how to make them suspenseful, but I'll tell you.
You have to turn off the lights and get a flashlight.
Yeah. Turn off the light and get a flashlight.
All right,
Come on, dude. You don't
I'll be
know
right
how
back.
this works?
oh, I might be able to do something cool too, actually.
So, William, what did you think about that patternless ring python Jason made?
That thing's cool.
That's the see. I'm not a big fan of the orange looking phases. I prefer the dark ones because the orange ones just end up looking just darker gold. Personally, I don't know. That's just me. In Europe, they've been working on a lot of that kind of stuff, like all black ones, all orange ones, striped ones, polka dotted ones. They got all kinds. They seem pretty phenotypically plastic, from what I can tell. I don't know.
I didn't know this.
I don't know. We're known for more of our selectively bred brighter ones, because the Kyogen's been working with his for decades.
Have we found a way to make them not look ship brown yet?
No, I don't think there's a way around that. I think they're going to always stay that color. There's no selective breeding or morph potential that will change that more than likely.
Okay. Well, I love the baby.
It's the same thing that I tell people it's like with white lips and stuff too. When they're babies, they have this neonate color, and then they just go through in a year and a half. They do that ontogenetic shift to their adult dark golds or charcoal blacks, whatever depending on the species. White lips essentially do the same thing. Yeah,
Okay.
just more dramatic, obviously.
Uh-oh, shit's about to get real.
We're really doing it.
Wait, did you leave?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, bitch.
Ready? Yes.
All right, mites. Are you prepared for a scary story?
What the fuck?
I like the accent too.
All
Really
right.
selling me right now.
What the fuck is happening? Right
So
now?
one day, a little Jeff Galewood Jr. and his dad were selling. I'm not gonna do the accent; it's too hard. I don't know how to do
Oh,
an
come
accent.
Come on,
Fuck.
Steve's been doing it for 45 minutes.
The
Yeah.
accent
All
is the
right.
best part.
All right,
Yeah,
fine.
The accent.
I'll try to do an Australian accent. And so young Jeff Jr. and Papa Sr. were selling some leopard and fat tail geckos. And this man inquired about buying a rather large group. And upon requesting of this large group, he asked for multiple photos. Not only that, he wanted photos of the parents too. So as they got all these pictures together, the man asked if he could do a long-term payment plan. It was quite the large order, so they both obliged to the bloke. And over the course of many months, the payment plan kept getting extended longer and longer and longer. At first, it was only supposed to be 3 months. Then it turned into 6 months. Before you knew it, they were taking care of these animals for close to a year. The animals had already reached maturity and had went through 2 ovulation cycles. At one point, Papa Sr. started getting aggressive with young Junior, asking him, when is this bloke going to fucking pay these goddamn geckos off? Junior tried to settle Pop down and tell him, listen, I'll try to get him to pay the rest. Fast forward months later, a much larger cricket bill, the guy finally sent the last goddamn payment. It had been 16 fucking months. And they finally shipped them to Canada. And the big kicker is, the huge relief after shipping them out, the bloke asked again. After this, he goes, would you like to do another deal like this? And we can do a long-term payment plan. Jeff Jr. promptly typed, absolutely not. And they never sold to the man again.
Terrifying.
Well, what's more terrifying than a long-term payment plan or somebody canceling a payment plan? It was very spooky. It's quite terrible.
It's one of the worst things that could ever happen. I'm very sorry you had to experience that. Under my administration, there will be no long-term payment plans. 10 weeks at most, 10 weeks at the very most, with a hefty down payment. We will not stand for this. And frankly, anyone who wants a long-term payment plan, you're going to El Salvador, no questions asked, right now.
You're a
You
mighty fine
expect-
bloke for saying that.
Why, thank you.
Sounds like he's from Boston.
Count it. So in my house, I keep the sold animals in a rack system. And then when I walk by them for 6 months, I start figuring out why they're still there. And then I realize I'm Junior.
That's right. And that's the thing. That's the story. That's the main point of that story. All you'll think that you're not going to be a victim of that until it's too late. You don't know it's coming. It comes in the form of like, hey, Mike, can I get a few more extra weeks or months? And you want to be nice and you say yes. Before you know it, you end up in the shithole of a long-term payment plan.
That's tough, man. Well, Canadians, pieces of shit.
Well, that's another spooky story there. Reptile breeders labeling others and being very xenophobic, much like my friend Dave Levinson.
Is that what xenophobia is?
No, not really, because Canada is just basically USA Junior.
That was a real moment there.
It was.
Man, scary story. Shoot.
You
I don't
guys
know
got any
how-
spooky stories?
I might have a spooky story. I don't know, man. That was a good story, though. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
We're talking about actual spooky shit, like shit that like kind of creeped us out.
You know, it's an abstract conversation, buddy. Whatever you think's best.
Okay, well I can tell
Well,
you.
these are more adult scary stories, so they can be in the form of finance, payment plans being stopped, somebody being an asshole to you. Those are
Okay.
spooky. We're not really scared about like murderers or like somebody touching me or something. I don't know. It's something that's like actually like financial or theft or something.
Okay, so we're not talking about like fucking. I'll tell anyways. There was that time when I was working at Ben's place when he left. Him and Lindley went to Puerto Rico or something, and they needed someone to watch over some snakes. And I went over there to watch them clean some of the snakes. And it was late at night, and the fucking my phone died. Well, I guess I didn't realize how dark, like country dark, can be. And fucking, when I walked out to go to my car, which was only like 25 feet away, I couldn't see it. It was fucking gone. And I was just like, I had to fucking turn all the lights on in the building just to go look for my car out in the middle of the sticks. And I was like, my God, this shit is terrifying how dark it is out here. Like, you couldn't even see your hand in front of your face. I was like, that was pretty nerve-wracking. Well, I guess scary if you can't see yourself. I'm big too, so if I trip and fall, that's another factor that's not going to feel too good. So
Did you trip and fall though?
It was down his steps to go down to in front of his building. So yeah, there was a distinct possibility of this. So,
well, the spookiest part, you were at a area that you were actually in a. What was this prior to Ben? Like
this is before that.
All right, so
Yeah.
you were hanging out with and not known at the time, but a soon-to-be murderer.
Well, you got to think his dad killed himself there too on that property, and then there was a neighbor that got shot too. So I mean, it wasn't like it didn't have the best reputation, for being out in the sticks. It's pretty odd stuff. Then at the same building, almost got bit in the balls by an anaconda. That was pretty terrifying.
Oh, dude, hell yeah!
By a big adult male. Oh boy, that was brushed. I felt the teeth brush my cargo shorts. That was back chilling. And then there was that time that I remember having to run to Dave when I thought the anery male was eaten by the female, and the look on your face looked awfully terrifying.
I was scared.
I thought his fucking heart fell out of his ass when I told him that.
I wasn't sure how I was going to blame that on you, but I was already coming up with scenarios in my head.
Right. Yeah, those are the only ones I got, as far as I can think of. Outside of maybe some herping trips.
Herping trips, I once drank out of a puddle to survive, and I looked up and there was a tadpole.
You drank out of a puddle?
Yeah, we were like really just lost, and it was hot, and nobody brought any water, and it was moving water, so we just committed.
Jesus. Very spooky.
Man, shit. The problem is it's really hard to follow up Junior with such a good fucking story.
I know.
I might
right?
have another spooky story. I gotta think. I don't know if I have any other ones. I probably
You must
do.
it in the accent. You must do it in the accent.
If I do another story, I'll do it in an accent. Let's see. Oh man, I got a spooky one.
Let's hear it.
All right, mateys. Here's a life lesson for all of you kids out there. Now, this is a story you want to pay a little bit of attention to, right? So, young Jeff Jr. and Papa Sr. were breeding leopard and African fat-tailed geckos. Jr., of course, had his hog-nosed snakes, but the main focus of the story is going to be the gecko business, once again, like the prior story. And just like the last story, there is a life lesson here. So, they were selling leopard and African fat-tailed geckos, and they just had a really exciting release. It's called the whiteout fat-tailed gecko morph. And it was quite popular among gecko enthusiasts, and there was one particular person that was helping them buy and sell some of these geckos. They were a known exporter, and they like to basically broker deals, if you will. And this person was brokering deals, and everything was going very well. And Junior actually asked at one point, he's like, "Hey, Papa Senior, doesn't it seem a bit odd that this guy is helping us so much? And he really isn't asking much in return. In some of these sales, this bloke doesn't seem to be even making any money that we're aware of." Papa Senior said, "You know what? That's a very good point. We'll keep an eye on it, and we'll basically everything seems to be going good, so I really wouldn't worry. Seems like a nice feller." So as we were getting ready for the Hamm Germany show, one of us had to go over there with this bloke. Jeff Jr. was the one that was selected. At a meager 19 years old, he helped with the export, and along with the other breeder that was helping him broker animals, helped go to the Hamm show with his brother, and at that time, 19-year-old Jeff Jr. They cleared the animals at Lufthansa in Germany, and they had all the animals, and they went on to the show. And at the end of the show, Junior and Senior had a bunch of geckos that they still had to ship back. This man said he could help sell them, and he would take all of them, along with the other animals he had recently got from them. And he's like, "Just send me an invoice, and I'll pay for them all." And after the show, they came back, and they sent the invoice over. And they presumed to see other breeders that were sending animals to the Hamm show to be delivered, that person was delivering them and then claiming that they were actually stolen, and that the person that had delivered that man that was delivering the animals did not actually, well, he actually didn't deliver them. He sold them to others. And so then the person that sent them the animals was of course, very mad because their animals seemed to have not gotten delivered to the right customer. So they inevitably had to give them a refund. Now, Junior and Senior, upon hearing this, were quite nervous because this man owed them about $11,000. And this guy's name was Alex Hugh. He was a fat fucking loser, and they never got their goddamn money, and they got ripped off by this man named Alex Hugh. And so that's what the lesson there is, kids. When somebody's being really nice, don't continue to lend them animals because you never know who you're actually dealing with.
Now that's a good moral of the story at the end there. I like how you brought that together.
Guess what, Dave? The invoice remains open today, and it's still unpaid, collecting dust.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Not good.
You know, it's a good horror story.
What's
When
that?
one of your female hognose eats your male hognose for an important project.
Yeah, that's a horror story. It'd be very easy to tell, though. I'd be like, "Listen, ladies, my female hognose ate the male, and I swore a bunch." That'd be the end of the story. I'd be like, "Son of a bitch, not this shit."
What about horror stories with customers? Like they ended up harming an animal, or they did something tragic to an animal.
Oh, it's not fun, but I'll tell you that story. All right.
I got a good one too.
Yeah, I got one. You want to tell yours first?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Go ahead.
So, and it actually wasn't mine. It was Ben's. Ben always had this customer story of the week when we'd go over there, and he had this guy buy 2 snakes. And I think 4 days later, he calls Ben up and says, "Hey, both those snakes died." He goes, "Oh, shoot, really? What happened?" And the guy's explaining his setup. He had them in these 6-quart tubs, baby ball python, 6-quart tubs with the latch lids. For substrate, he had like a half an inch or an inch of water. And he had them sitting on a space heater.
Oh, God.
He ended up boiling the snakes.
Crikey.
I was like, good God.
That's pretty bad.
I was like, man, Cushionham's lucky. You know, you probably don't have to deal with that right now, or at least anymore. Probably back in the day when the scrubs were cheaper, you'd have to deal with it, but you don't deal with it. Yeah, you deal with stuff like that when you're dealing with like cheaper animals, unfortunately.
That's right. I got one for you. This is another life lesson one. All right. I got another story for y'all. Y'all's not really asking. But anyway.
I've never heard an Australian say y'all before. That was one of the best experiences of my entire life. Frankly, thank you for saying that.
Sorry, mate. So
No need to apologize to me, mate.
This story goes back about 16 years ago. Jeff Jr. was breeding Brazilian rainbow boas, and he had some multiple litters over the course of a few years. And at one expo, he had quite a nice selection of young, well-started Brazilian rainbow boas. Some bloke purchased one, and Jeff Little Jr. explained to him they like a lot of humidity, keep them on the cooler side, a little moist. Anyhow, this bloke messaged Junior about 3 weeks later and said, hey, that Brazilian rainbow boa died. And Junior's like, well, what could possibly happen? There was nothing wrong with that snake at all. And this guy proceeds to say, well, I did have a heat lamp on him and an under tank heating pad.
Oh, God.
Jeff Jr. is like, well, I told you don't want to get them real hot. The guy's like, well, you didn't tell me anything about not putting a light on them or anything like that. And Jeff Jr. was like, well, I can't go through a whole list of things not to do. And this guy insisted on a refund. And Jeff Jr. said he'd give him a better deal, but the guy would have to show him his setup and have a proper enclosure and do everything as he said. The guy actually came over to his place to pick it up in person. The guy bought a tape recorder and played it as Jeff Jr. told him everything to do and not to do. Now, Jeff Jr. remained professional, and the whole thing was he did tell him, you know, a bunch of things to do, not to do. He wanted to be a smart ass and tell him not to put it in a microwave and not to put piping hot syrup on it and a bunch of other dumb fuck obvious stuff. But instead, he just told him the proper thing to do. And so anyhow, that bloke got the snake, and everything after that seemed to be fine. So that one actually had kind of a happy ending.
I think I remember a story. I don't
You
know if
got
it's
one?
a horror story, though. You ready?
Looks
Yes.
so much worse in the dark.
So it was the Charlotte, North Carolina Repticon show.
No good story starts that way.
Yeah.
So a couple of my friends were no longer by their table, and I couldn't figure out why. And then about an hour later, I went to go use the bathroom. When I went by the women's room, there was
I remember this.
caution tape and wet floor signs everywhere. And all I could think is, wow, ladies, you couldn't even get through one show without fucking up the bathroom?
They'll do that.
So I go back oblivious, go on with my day. And then at dinner, I found out a vendor went in the bathroom and had a baby. She didn't know she was pregnant. And
Shit.
Didn't you vent next to him? Didn't you see her?
yeah, I saw it. Yeah, we go drinking together.
While pregnant?
She didn't know she was pregnant.
Oh, no.
Is this child alive?
Oh yeah, he looks great.
Ah, sick. All right.
I used to buy rotos from them.
God bless.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was the best. I actually missed them all.
If you're out there, I love you.
Yeah, but there was a bunch of people making baby toilet jokes, and it took me 6 hours to figure out what the fuck was going on.
They should name their baby after something Reptile show related. What's the kid's? We don't have to mention the kid's name. Anyway.
I can't say anymore.
Yeah, you're good. No, you're fine. No, you're fine. We're going to, yeah.
Oh, those were the days, guys. Those were the days. Oh, well, what should we talk about?
I don't know. Now I'm just focused on spooky stories. I had another one, and now I can't remember it. It's actually involved Brazilian rainbow boas again, actually. I'm trying to think what the fuck it was.
I heard one at the recent Tennessee show I went to. It was a guy. He said his daughter moved out, and she wanted a snake, so she gets a retic for herself,
Sick.
and in the where she kept the retic, she kept her daughter's ferret. Well, the ferret or the retic got out of the cage, proceeded to kill and eat the ferret as the daughter walks in to see her ferret getting eaten by the retic.
Oof.
I go, yeah, I'm not shocked. I'm surprised I'm sure that happens more than we're willing to admit. People's pets, other pets go missing from big constrictors because people don't want to house them correctly.
Yeah, somebody
I've never
found
heard
a.
of people. What?
I was gonna say somebody found a berm somewhere and it had a lump in it. It was a really pretty berm. And people had a picture. It was like decent size. It was like,
It was like a hypo berm. This was
yeah, it's like a hypo berm. It's gorgeous.
I know what you're talking about.
It looked like it was like a 12-footer, 13-footer, and it's like some of the comments are like somebody's pet's inside that thing because you can see it just ate something pretty good size.
Yeah.
I like hypoberms.
I love hypo berms.
They're wonderful snakes. Great
I
snakes.
think. Is it my favorite combo? William's got the most experience with the berms. What's the best combo in berms in your opinion?
Oh, I don't have that much experience. I like
African rock hybrid berm.
Just trying to include you in the conversation, buddy. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, you could have just pulled
fine.
one out of your ass. There's like 4
We
more.
need to know what you have to
What
say.
is that? The caramel pie? That looks pretty nice.
Yeah,
That's
caramels are
good.
really cool.
Great
Caramel
snake.
baller.
Caramel
I'd say the
pie.
caramels.
Labyrinth
I had-
nice.
I'd think the caramels really cool because I almost bought some. I don't even own berms or really want to, but I almost bought a pair because I was like, man, I'd be so good. I think they're gorgeous. I like the hypos and the caramels. The caramels kind of look like a more extreme variation or version of the hypo. Essentially, they're very pretty.
The hypo is essentially like a lesser ball python.
Yeah.
It's an incomplete dominant trait that superforms a off-white snake.
Oh, okay.
That's the ivory, right?
Yeah, well, and they call it ivory, but it's no different than because when you breed it to a pied, you get the same thing you get when you breed a lesser to it, a all-white snake with beady red eyes or tiny little red eyes.
There's a market for that.
Yep. Well, I knew there used to be a market for eyeless snakes too. If you remember
There
that.
still is, dude. People
No,
there is.
is.
We just sold one. It had one eye. It is born a defect as a hognose, of course, and it's one side of its face is just kind of scaled over and is a little like indented there, and it ate fine and everything. But man, like I get one of those out of I get like one-eyed hognose or eyeless hognose, like probably one out of like every 1,500, 2,000 babies. So they're pretty rare. And so, people like unique animals and especially, something a lot of times that's a pet only. Cause I'm like, hey, I want this one to go to a good home and I want somebody that just wants a nice pet. And a lot of times people are like, oh, that's me. And like, oh, it's unique. And so I don't sell them for a ton. I sell them for a couple $100 up to like $300 at most usually. Even if it's like $1,000 snake or whatever.
I remember a few years ago, I picked up a pair of ring pythons, babies, and they're very colubrid, like they're pretty flighty and pretty fast. And I remember when I picked them up I don't get shit out and mess with it typically, especially if it's in quarantine. If it's in quarantine, it just stays there until I'm feeding it or cleaning it, one of the two. It's usually pretty quick to get through them. And I remember I got a pair. The female was real sassy, kind of fit the description of most ring pythons. But the male was he was just quick. He was pretty mellow outside of just being quick. And I was like, damn, why is he so mellow? Because all my other ring pythons, for the most part, can be pretty dodgy for the most part. And I was just kind of curious. So one day I had him out in my hand. And I looked down at him from up top, and I looked down, and I could see his head looked like it was pinched. And I go, "You're fucking kidding me! This thing not have eyes?" I had this thing for 6 or 8 months before I realized it didn't have eyes.
Were you wearing that wig the whole time?
No. Well, here's the thing: they got black heads, black eyes, and they got little heads, and they're quick on top of it. So it was like the trifecta of shit that could possibly go wrong when you have something like a deform like that. You wouldn't even, unless you mess with them more, I guess. But like I said, I don't typically mess, especially when they're in quarantine. I just leave them alone and don't fiddle with them too often.
You ever have trouble finding the clit, seeing everything's all pink down there?
No, that's what the tongue's for. Sorry.
My man.
Maybe next time when you get by snakes, use your tongue to feel on their head to see if there's any anatomical issues.
Yeah, right. Good idea. I'll ask for you guys' input next time.
That's what we're
All
here
right.
for, buddy. That's the podcast.
Where have you
Yeah.
guys been my whole life?
We're here to help.
Right here, the
Right.
Set shows, looking and everything.
Yeah, now that actually is kind of like a spooky story. That was actually, I like that one. That was interesting. It reminds me of that one I'm not going to mention who it was, but it was a flipper. They said that they sold a giant pixie frog and it was dead and they didn't even realize it. And the person didn't realize it for hours because they just kind of sit there. And then they got it and like, yeah, the thing was dead the whole time. It reminds me of that Futurama episode where Bender turned into a human and he turned into this like huge fat blob and he's like dead during the whole party, but nobody realized it.
You ever been to those? I'm sure you guys been to those shows with those real sketchy flippers and stuff, and you'll see someone walking by with a deli cup with a lizard that's clearly dead or on the brink of death, yet the customer, it did not even compute to them that this lizard is dead or dying.
Yeah, I've seen that,
They're walking out
unfortunately.
with it, and you're just like, okay.
My favorite when it's around their neck or in their hand, and then they come up to your booth and they're like, "Wow, I really like that." As they're like looking at the snake with the snake or lizard in your hand, I'm like, "Oh, no,
God.
please don't.
So calm.
Please
calm.
don't do that."
Yeah, it's like hurry up and get that
I
thing
get almost
home.
more nervous when people with big snakes do that. Because I have like,
Oh yeah.
I just immediately think mites. I go, this fucker probably has riddled with mites right now.
There's like Billy Boa had a meme like that, and he had like a picture of somebody. It's like when one of these motherfuckers walks over to your table with a boa around her neck that's leaking mites and they're hovering over your table looking at stuff. It's like, yeah, you see people like that. I gotta be, hey, can you please, quarantine purposes? That's the thing, though. A lot of the newer keepers at these shows don't know about this stuff. They don't know about mites, quarantining,
Dead snakes in a deli cup.
yeah, flippers, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. All I can think about is Savannah monitors.
Yeah, that's one of them for sure.
Oh, may the strong survive, guys. You always got to buy the one on top of the pile.
It had
That's why people don't like. That's why people don't like imported stuff, man. These kind of stories.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, some of us have to deal with them if we want to get what we want to get.
True. Yeah, there's still necessary, definitely for certain ones.
But luckily, we got pretty good imported. Honestly, we got some importers better than some breeders. So
I'd say it's getting better, definitely, with the quality, and then also they're not importing it as frequently. So it's I'd say
You're welcome.
the imports I see are a lot better now.
I never got that. I always, when it came to the imports, to me, it just made like for genetic diversity for breeders. I think most breeders, if priced appropriately and the animals are taken care of in a reasonable manner, I think you could sell those for fairly good prices, not get like thousands of them brought in. And I think all your breeders would be interested in buying something like that to put into their, for new blood or something like that, rather than importing thousands. And then you're gambling with hopefully one that makes it out of the hundreds or so.
That's fair. Well, this is kind of more of a Steve or Trump and Will question. Have you ever noticed a species that with a lack of genetic diversity, you actually start seeing kinking or some kind of issues with the animals from like line breeding for years?
You
can raise your hand if you got something.
So the only time I've ever seen issues was with Papuan carpets. When Papuan carpets, they had the granite morph years ago. It was a ball python mentality where it was just take it, breed it, keep heads or pairs back, take them, breed them, keep a pair back from there, and they just go on and on and on. And it was just the turn and burn method that they were doing. And then after a while, you start noticing Irian giant or the Papuan carpets with like no eyes, kinks, dying in the egg, not making it out of the egg. You just saw like a bunch of weird things going on with them. But typically, like I said, that's going to be, I notice it a lot more with morphs. Like sometimes I can get online and I can even see some big breeders. Like you'll see their ball python or their whatever berm or something. It'll have a shorter snout, almost looking like Papuan python snout, or a stumpier, like a shorter neck, if that makes sense. So I don't know. There's things I can see where you can tell some snakes start getting it, but for the most part, it isn't too bad, all things considering.
I see.
I
Yeah.
can't say I've ever seen anything with what I'm working with like that at all, but we're also not very deep into the generations of captive breeding for that to come on yet, so time will tell.
I see leopard geckos selectively line bred and like, or let's say got up to like F10 and F11. I remember HQ Reptiles was posting red stripes that were like F10, and they were actually in good shape. And then you have, but I think it's if you start with like a large enough base, like your initial animals for the project. But I mean, if you just keep in like, the one thing is when you go like, let's say F10, you're actually saying it's filial generation. So brother to sister, and then brother to sister again. Over and over. I don't know if some people are accurately, tracking that, or if they're just calling every next generation,
Well,
F2,
and then
F3.
back in the day too, you got to remember, like especially like with the granites, they were big money. So if you had one that was a straggler, wasn't doing that well, I mean, you guys know people would force feed it all the way up to adulthood until it was able to be bred. So a lot of stuff you never really kept the strongest. I mean, you just kept the prettiest or the one that you wanted to use, and that generally is the one that ended up making it over the stronger, more fit animals. We do the reverse of nature in most cases.
Right. Yeah. Then you had there's the black knight leopard gecko though. That one got overly inbred, and they had reproductive issues, growth issues, and tail kinking. And that was because I think they started with a small base, and then they did no outcrossing, and they just kept breeding them back. And the original breeder is from, I think, the UK, somewhere in Europe. May have been Germany, maybe it may even been the Netherlands, close enough. But anyway, is definitely a small enough base where you've seen negative repercussions of this inbreeding, where you're seeing issues with the actual health of the animals. And so the outcross ones do really, really well, while some of the pure line ones don't do as well. So
I've even heard so I heard in blood pythons, Kara said this publicly, so I don't think this would be like some big thing, but she's known for the bloods and stuff. She said, because her whole catch line with the bloods was like fire engine red, stop sign red, stuff like that. Well, she was saying like she got to a point where she was noticing like either neurological issues, or they just seemed off when they got so bright or so pretty that they just were coming off. They just didn't seem quite right. I don't know. She didn't really elaborate too much on it, but I thought that was kind of interesting. So
depends on the species too, because each species is going to be different. Some seem to be able to take a lot more natural inbreeding. There's more natural inbreeding in the wild. So in captivity, these ones aren't, as affected by it, while other species may seem to be more affected.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I always just wondered, I always just assumed, especially with stuff like, pythons or vipers and some of those species that are more ambush predators that don't typically have larger ranges, that they can handle it a bit better than say like a whip snake or coach whip or a indigo, and something that has a larger range or a larger territory.
Yeah. And Alex talked about how he herps for pyros, and I read something I think it's Reptiles magazine, that there was actually California Mountain Kings, which I would imagine they have kind of similar behavior to like pyros, but they had a very limited range where they would roam. Like essentially they'd find like a lot of the ones underneath the same rock piles years after years.
Well, I heard somebody with the gray bands, I believe some of them I've heard up to 30 generations.
So they keep breeding the same road together over and over again.
Yeah. It doesn't get more isolated than a lot of those guys. They won't go anywhere near other roads. So
I think really early on in the hobby, I picked up a Sunglow boa constrictor with no eye scaled over, and I bred him a couple times. He always made normal looking animals.
Well, it's not always a death sentence for a lot of stuff. I remember who was it? Oh, I think it was Nick. Nick was when he was in the Northern Territory in Australia. He went to Fog Dam, which is a pretty infamous spot with some of the longest standing research when it comes to pythons in particular. And they'd find adult water pythons with no eyes, either one eye or no eyes missing. And, they do fine if they got an overabundance of prey and, they can survive and do well. It's, if it's not going to stop them, then they'll persist on.
What's that one island? It might be something off of maybe one of the Galapagos chains. I'm not sure. It might be around. I don't know. It might even be around Australia. There's that one small island species of snake where half of them, their eyes are pecked out by birds.
Huh? I don't know if I'm.
Yeah, they stole. They Let me see. Let me see if I can find it out. Which one it is.
Well, Dave, you remember some of those boa morphs. I mean, they'd have like even some ball pythons where you'd have a jag, whether it was a jag carpet or some crazy spider combo that would just be breeding upside down, head completely flipped backwards. I mean, we had no morals back then. That was the thing. There was kind of, if it had a cloaca and had hemipenes and they were functional, just put them together.
Okay, it's Tiger Snake Island. Carnac Island is located just a few nautical miles off the West Australian coast, okay, and is home to an abundance of tiger snakes with no natural predators and constant food source provided by a nesting seagull population. Tiger snakes thrive on the island. The 19-hectare island is densely populated with up to 3 snakes in every 25 square meters. This held true when we spotted 10 within the first hour of being there. The amazing thing about these tiger snakes is their extremely relaxed temperaments due to there being no threat from any natural predators and the regular harassment of seagulls. The seagulls protect their chicks by pecking the heads of the snakes, resulting in a noticeable head damage in a lot of the older snakes. It is rumored that the majority of the snakes on the island are blind because they have had their eyes pecked out by seagulls. While this is true for some individuals, all the snakes we saw had their eyes, leading me to believe the rumor has been exaggerated among the WA public. Because that's actually, it's from, you gotta be careful with that information. It's actually from Animal Planet documentary I was watching that was saying that half their eyes were pecked out, and here's saying that they didn't even find any like that. Nevertheless, photographed in this locality
is fake news.
It's fake news. Yeah. So they found ones with noticeable damage, and they said that sometimes they can have their eyes pecked out, but all the ones they found actually had their eyes, and they think it's exaggerated how many actually have their eyes pecked out. So there you go. It's an exaggeration, and it is fake news, such as Mr. President just said.
All right. Well, Google said that olive grass snakes and boomslings are targets of birds like the shrike and often get their eyes pecked out.
Okay.
So.
But that could also be fake news. How do we really know?
Yeah,
Well, at least some of them are getting their eyes pecked out. It seems like these are snakes that are targeting more birds as prey.
Interesting. Well, I think didn't that paragraph start out? They have no predators, and then they went on to talk about how the birds are pecking their eyes out.
Yeah, but they're not predating on them. It's a defense. It seems like more exactly. That's what's funny. As I was reading, there's no predators, and then they're talking about they're also damaged by a bird. So yeah, it's not exactly predatory. They could actually say that, hey, this is more defensive and not actually predation.
So, you got something to say?
It's almost like there were actually no predators on another island that's off the coast of the United States. Everyone thought there were predators, but there aren't none, and we should stop talking about it right now and never talk about it again, frankly, because there was never a story there, and I was definitely never there. I have nothing to do with it, nor do my friends.
And there's no list either.
Yeah, now we're actually suspicious because that wasn't. I guess we were on the topic of islands, but now we're a little suspicious there.
Right.
Are we talking about Haiti?
Of course, we're talking about Haiti. What other island would I be talking about?
Cuba?
I love Cuba. Great cigars, great food, great. I don't smoke cigars, but my friends do, and they love them. But I don't like communism. It's very bad. Bad island, bad communism.
He's talking about the one with the list.
There's no list. There is no list. You heard
Oh,
Cash
sorry.
with them.
Sorry.
Smart
Do you
individual.
have do you have a list for animals you would like to find in the wild? Is there a herping bucket list?
There's
Does that
always a
list
herping
exist?
Bucket. Yeah, that list is very real.
Just
Really,
in the
very real.
States. Yeah, I'm a state guy. I'm afraid to travel.
Shut up. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm too American. Oh, dude. Can't all be Asian. Yeah. You know.
We can't all be Asian. The Asians need to be Asian. Alex, thank you for being Asian.
These guys aren't big enough for 2 of us. Look at us, guys.
Your audio is awful, guys. What's going on?
Yeah, it is getting pretty bad.
What
We can
podcast?
hardly hear you. It's so bad. Your audio is really
All right, a shitty phone.
well.
Still here.
It's fine
It was
before.
good before, and now it's bad. How did that happen?
Is it bad?
It's not that good, mate.
It's not
Crikey.
like the country was good when I was.
Try
president.
wiping your speaker down, mate. It sounds like
Sleepy
you're
Joe
from
took
down
it.
under the water.
How do you change that?
Oh, the sound.
Down under in the water.
Maybe you should
Okay,
exit
You should keep going.
into the stream again. Try that. That trick never fails. You exit and you re-enter. So I said to Melania.
Oh, we'll see if he comes back. Usually he keeps doing this. Eventually he just stops coming in.
Remember that one? I don't know if you were there. You weren't there, William. He just maybe you were. Was that the one where he was at somebody's place working with fish? And he goes, "Hold on."
Yeah, that was
you were
that was
there.
with Chad. Chad.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta help him with something, and then he just turned off the game. And then after an hour and a half, he never even came back.
I know. And you kept seeing someone behind the camera walking back. I saw shadows up against the wall, and I go, "Oh man, I hope we see Dave again."
We did not.
It is taking them far too long to press a button on their phone. It's taking far too long.
But yeah, I don't know what kind of herping trips you got planned, Junior.
Mine are,
What's that?
hog nose. My list is just more plains hog, maybe Mexican hog nose. We were there in Tucson, and so we drove about an hour and a half further southeast. We were on a good spot, but weather conditions were probably just not the most optimal. They were okay, but we didn't find anything. And then 2026, we're going for plains hognose, Lubbock, Texas. Hopefully do an interview, in-person interview with Richard Evans, kind of like the guy that kicked off the whole entire hognose community. And then we want to do a Montana herping trip. And that'd be like probably finding bull snakes and, mainly, again, plains hognose, western hognose is the target. Most of my herping trips involve finding western hognose snakes.
So Kaufman told me he's got a spot in Minnesota. We're guaranteed to find things. I think he said he's found up to 10 a day there.
Yeah, there's a good amount of plains hognose populations in Minnesota. The isolated populations that exist up there, pretty dense. If Minnesota was never developed and turned to like a lot of agriculture, it's like I think that'd be one of the best populations statewide for plains hognose. For a northern locale, like if you go herping for hognose in Montana, the Dakotas, people have a hard time finding more than one or two in like a day. In Minnesota, that's the only place I've seen that's further north where people can sometimes find quite a few in one given day, leading you to, put together that, okay, these populations are fairly dense there. There's a lot of food up there. They eat a lot of turtle eggs. A lot of these areas where they're finding them, there's a lot of healthy turtle populations and a good abundance of lizards like prairie skinks.
Have you ever put a pinky mouse in egg yolk to see if it'll get a trouble feeder to eat?
Egg sometimes works. It's not the best, scenting technique, but it does work on some.
It's like a normal chicken egg. Yeah, maybe like a chicken egg.
Yeah, like a regular chicken egg. And my friend Andrew, he used a leopard gecko egg one time, and it worked on one. Lizard and frog, because they eat a lot of lizard eggs as babies and little lizards, whether it's six-line race runners or baby skinks. And even in South Dakota, I've seen one eating a horned lizard, not personally, as a picture of one.
That's crazy.
So they predate on quite a few lizards. And if you ever have a baby hognose that won't eat absolutely anything, you've tried everything under the sun, if you put a little lizard in there, like whether it's a little like leopard gecko or some other species like what are those ones that the morning geckos? If you leave them in overnight, majority of them end up eating them. Anyway, what about you guys? Any good herping trips planned? What are your guys' target species?
I would say Australia, the Iron Range for scrub pythons would be up there for sure. And then really anywhere in Indonesia or Papua for scrub pythons. That would be the top, right at the top.
All right, Mr. President, that's why you're the Trump, or sorry, that's why you're that's why you're the scrub python king.
Some people have called me that. I might be. Some say I am the king of scrub pythons, or I'm the king of the United States. They say no kings. I say yes, kings.
Yes, scrub kings.
Yes, all the scrub kings.
Dave, you're going to be actually out herping in Arizona. Are you there for an expo? Then you're going to be herping?
Well, yes to an expo. Am I herping?
Well, yeah. I'm doing.
You
I
are
think we
now.
might do some herping for after the show.
Okay.
It's beautiful weather here.
Find a spec or something? I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I've never seen anything ever.
What are you guys going to do, Alex? You think road cruising?
No, probably go hiking or something.
Oh, okay, so you're going to go. Are you going to go for pyros then?
No, this is Phoenix. Phoenix.
Oh.
I don't know, dude. Not a fan.
I thought maybe you're going back down to like Tucson area.
No, it's 2 hours away. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'll fly for that sometime.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. We took out Steven.
Oh yeah, did you guys find anything?
They did find a couple of snakes. They found a blacktail, a club, and what else did we find?
A what? A what?
A club. We found a club. Am I saying it wrong?
No.
You're saying it perfectly.
Yeah. Is he
I
trying to
say
say coach whip?
What?
I would like
William.
to see a mud snake someday. I've still never seen a mud snake.
I caught one while fishing once in a canal in Florida.
Damn.
I know.
love
I was
that.
just lucky. Right place, right time. As a little baby, I was like, "Oh, cool, mud snake." I was like young though. I didn't have a phone on me to photograph it. I didn't even have a smartphone at the time. I was like, I think I was like 17, 16, something like that. William, do you herp?
Oh yeah, yep. I got a trip planned for Papua New Guinea in May,
Ooh.
and then potentially because it's only going to be 7 days out there. They're wanting to go to Borneo afterwards, so we'll see.
Oh, that'd be cool.
What
That'd
part
be
of
sweet.
Papua New Guinea?
Yeah, Trump
Well,
is inviting himself with his eyes right now, William. Maybe you should
He
invite
can
Trump with
come.
you.
It's I don't know. I'm sure. Are you familiar with Daniel Sully's?
Yes.
It's his little
Yes,
jungle
I-
diary he does.
Yeah,
He-
dude. So
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he does. I think he has room for at least a few more people. Well, that's if those guys still end up doing it. I think it's up to 8 people.
A lot of
He'll take
people.
on it. I would say he'll take on the expedition. Yeah, no, it's neat. Like I said, it's a journey, that's for sure. I mean,
You're
spend
really
2 days-
underselling it, William. You got to try a little harder there, bud.
Have you done that before with them?
Yeah, we went to last time. It was Komodo, but we went to like Java, and then we went to Bali. Then we stayed the rest of the 4 days in Komodo. Yeah, no, it's a journey, that's for sure. You know, I figured what did we see? We saw some spitters, kings, obviously dragons. Then we out of all the as much as they make retics seem like they're so readily available out there or plentiful out there, we only saw one retic.
Gotta go to Puerto Rico for that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I was about to say that too. I just found out about that like less than a year ago that retics are in Puerto Rico.
Well, that's cheating. I kind of want to.
No, it's not. That's awesome.
I want to. That's like when people say go see berms in Florida. I go.
It's still a berm, bro.
Yeah, it's still a berm.
Well,
It's
so
in a
is-
habitat.
so
It's in
is
a
the-
habitat it's thriving in. So it's
well, so is the ones in my snake building, but
Same.
they're just
but
not
different.
18-foot monsters.
lay out some
Deer.
boards. Lay out some like 2x2 boards in some of your big enclosures and flip them with a hook. Make 'em like a berm.
Right.
Oh,
Drag him around your car,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Right in the middle of Missouri. But yeah. No, and then I think the best one though was the Timor python. That one was good. That was the best. Well, to me, that was the best find. The frog guy had no interest in that stuff. He goes, "What's the hype about a brown snake?" I go, a brown snake.
You should have been like, "You're a frog guy." That says a lot right there.
Exactly. I told him, it's like, yours looks like a prolapsed anus. What are you talking about?
What species was that?
Which one? His
The
frog?
prolapsed anus.
It was it's a Bali. It's native to Bali. It's some sort of tree frog. It's like bright. It's like an orangish red color. I'd have to look it up because I'm not too familiar with amphibians.
The Bali prolapse frog.
Yeah, I mean that's what
it looks like a butthole.
Butthole.
Oh, is it this one?
The frog butt nickname often
No.
describes frogs with round
No.
appearance,
It
like
wasn't
the
that
African
one.
rainbow.
It wasn't
That
that.
butthole is
It
very
was more like a
intact.
tree frog. It was like more. It was yeah.
I hope that wasn't a copyright.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. It's better going with people you know, the environment better too, because I remember prior to this, I went to South Africa off a whim, and I think, when was it? It was in the summer here, but then on the southern hemisphere, it was their winter, and I didn't take that in account. And I was like, damn, it's actually cold out here. So I didn't hardly end up finding much out there outside of just mammals and stuff until like the last day. And then someone who said they track like Netherlands, the South African rock out there. He said if he had gave him enough time, he could have hooked us up with a guy who tracks them out there in the wild. And I go, of course, right before you leave. But I don't know.
And that was the Southern African rock python, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, this was in Durban, South Africa. Yeah, it gets cold out there. I mean, I tell people, even in Bali, I remember at night it wasn't brisk, but I mean it was still like 70s, low 70s. Yet retic people are terrified to get their retics below 80. I don't know.
I think that's Burmese python windows.
No, I've heard retic people say it too. I don't know, something. I think it has more to do with the weight more than the animals themselves. Maybe viruses, but I think it has to do with more weight than anything. And being
What do you think some of the hibernaculums in South Africa look like? Yeah, right. Big.
Yeah.
They're
Can't tell.
huge hibernaculums.
I don't know. I'm assuming it'd just be aardvark burrows. I have no idea.
All right. That was a very intelligent thing to say. So, well, you guys want to keep doing this, or is this our Halloween special?
That might be the Halloween special.
Oh yes, guys, I think we killed it. Same time next year.
Same time next year. I think it went pretty okay. I think everything went well. Very
That
good.
was nice. I think that was
It's
nice.
nice.
Great show, wonderful show. Actually, one of the best. Some say one of the best shows. We did a great job. A lot of spooky stories from Down Under, even though we sounded like Down Under may have been Alabama for a little while, but it was still very good, very spooky. And
Alabama's a form of down under, Mr. President.
don't talk back to me. That's what I just said. If you want to be deported, we can make that happen.
Yeah, sorry. I'd like to stay.
Okay, you
I
can
take
stay.
that back.
Thank you
Appreciate
very much. I'm a very sensitive person. I say I don't take criticism very well. I can give it. I cannot take it. I cannot handle it.
All right, what size shirt does Dave wear? That's the question we got.
Probably not a medium like me and Junior. We are very svelte people. We can wear mediums. I'm not that.
I'm a large. All right, that was great.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a large. You know what, Steve? Are you sure you're not a large?
I am a medium. On my mugshot, it says I wear a medium. I made them put it. I said, if you don't put that, you're going to jail instead of me. So they put I wear a medium. on official government documentation, I wear a medium. I'm a very thin man. Despite being old, I'm in fantastic shape. I'm not that old, only 80 years old, not very old. I wear a medium.
You look great for being 80.
Thank you very much. You're climbing the ranks of my favorite. I was about to deport you, and now I'm going to elect you to my cabinet. See how that happens? Very easy. You will not be primaried.
Director
All right. I like the sound of this.
You will be the secretary of hognose snakes, the highest distinction in hognose snakes.
God, I commend you for being able to keep this up for the entire episode. When
Dude,
didn't even
I don't know what you're
attempt an
talking
Australian
about.
accent for a whole episode.
We
Yeah,
were
let's
talking.
hear it for Mr. President. Mr. President has done a wonderful job and has been quite the entertainer for the evening.
In 2028, go to the polls, write me in for a third term. We can make it happen in America. It is unconstitutional, but I don't care. Frankly, I don't care about the Constitution. It means absolutely nothing to me. Frankly, it means nothing at all. And we're going to make a third term, whether anyone likes it or not. So write me in 2028, third term, the best president of all time, the king of the United States. Some call me, and I agree.
All right. Well, part of the Constitution could be that this constitutes as a very good show this evening. Thank you for everybody for joining. Thanks, Alex, a.k.a. Pandas Fauna. He'll be at the Mesa show with his girlfriend. She got nice art and stuff. That's going to be November 22nd, 23rd. I'll be there as well. Tomorrow night, I got the Palm Street auction, 8 p.m. It's just going to be me doing a live auction, talking hognose and auctioning off hognose. So if you want to come hang out, talk hognose, watch me auction stuff off. There's also a giveaway. I forgot to mention that. There's going to be like a $600 hognose, $500 to $700 hognose range giveaway. So somebody's going to win that.
$700 hognose.
Something in that range. Well, what do you think, Mr. President, about Palm Street auction giveaways? How do you like those?
If it's a hognose snake, I think it's incredible, and nobody got my joke, and I'm very sad about that. So
I missed it. I didn't.
I
We missed
it too.
Yeah.
you're all too
I'll watch
old,
the last
frankly.
2 minutes of the episode.
That's okay. I forgive you. I forgive you.
Thanks, William, for joining as Cousin It or Ozzy Osbourne or Dave Kaufman,
I
whichever
think it's
one
Dave
we
Kaufman.
got.
Yeah, whatever you want, whatever your imagination tells you.
All right.
Tells me Dave.
Whatever you want me to be.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Type shit.
Bye.